everybody! How are ya? Where are you coming from? Oh boy, I've got to turn this down. I don't understand what's happening. For some reason, it's weird. I have two video versions of myself. I don't understand why. And none of it makes sense. So, okay, well, can you hear everything all right? Is everything working for you guys? Yeah, hit that thumbs up. All right, bunch of friends here. Somebody make sure, tell me that you can hear me. Can you hear me? Huh? Sounds good. Okay, great. It's working very differently. I use the software called StreamYard, so I can like show your comments like this. Too soon, Alden, okay? You plug a space heater into the same outlet as your interface one time. And man, it always gets me. Other YouTubers just make it seem so easy to just plug stuff in, go live, and it's like good quality and sounds good and looks good. And I have had problems. I mean, I've been doing the live show. We've been doing this 3 years, and it's like coming up on 3 years. It was like probably in May or June. All right. Real quick, I just want to play a couple picks. These are, let's see if it'll focus up this close. These are Charmed Life picks. there are two things that got sent that I want to talk about. I also have a Thalia Capo that we'll talk about here in a second. But this is a Cason, a 1.4 millimeter. Tell me what you think it sounds like. Before I do it, I'll play my normal. How about this? Here's a pick that everybody knows. Here's a Fender Medium, just the most standard of guitar picks. So I'll do this one first. All right, so that's the Fender. Now here comes the 1.4 millimeter, the triangle. That's the 1.4. Here's another 1.4, but it's a different bevel on the sides. Here's a 0.4 millimeter, super thin, still Cason. And another, this is a 1.5, and this is a sharp triangle. I'll get in close. Yeah. Pick test, still going. Ooh, this one sounds different. Anyway, these are, yeah, the Casons definitely sound better and different. And yeah, so these are Charmed Life picks. And so they're handmade picks. They're made in California. And come on! It's trying so hard to find my face. So I have to put it like directly in front of my eyeballs. So this guitar, if you don't know, this is my Showalter OM that I built. It's kind of dark. It's kind of broody. I love this guitar. I just filmed a video with it. I finished building this. Hang on. It's going to bother me. Ah, there we go. I just want to... Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, I'm going to stop messing with it. The guitar sounds fantastic. Thank you. I love this guitar. This is my Showalter OM. Built this over the last couple months. And, yeah. Is that one of the picks that you played on Insta Live a few months ago? Yes, I've played these. They've been sitting in my desk. I have meant to make a video with them. They're Cason picks. They're handmade. They're polished. They're great. Now, I will say I had one last summer that I loved, and I played a ton, and then it broke. So I think you have to be kind of careful with them. And when I say broke, I mean it literally, it had holes in the middle, and it just cracked through the middle. So I think you just have to be more careful and more protective of these than others. And so with this, they're like $25 to $45, maybe $50. They're quite expensive compared to other kind of similar things. And well, that was a quick move there. So I've got my tea today that I had coffee in before. So smells like coffee, tastes like tea. Cason picks, I like them so far. Yeah. Jordan Brennan says, hey man, loving the content a lot lately. Keep doing what you're doing. Never change, brother. Love from Dublin, Ireland. Thanks, Jordan. That's very kind. Man, it's been fun. I do feel like I came out of last year feeling like I really lost my way in a couple things. Number one, I feel like I get stuck in YouTube. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter. I get stuck up here, energy-wise. And, yeah. And then also with starting working at a guitar shop, I started kind of thinking like, well, how do I prioritize and still make videos, but not do crazy stuff and not do pointless stuff or needless stuff? And I found myself by the end of last year, I felt like I was just stuck doing kinds of videos that I wasn't interested in. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I want to continue to find ways to be as authentic as I can be and not feel beholden to brands or, you know, because it's interesting and I can't talk too much about it, but brands, they want you to say nice things about them. And if you don't, sometimes brands will say, hey, we didn't like that video, we didn't like that review, would you redo it? Or occasionally you'll get requests to take them down or people that don't like them. But then there are other times that they'll just stop calling and reaching out. So that's where I've had some of those things. I've had some brands stop reaching out. And then like launches and other products go out. And that's fine. They can move on. You know, I'm certainly not tied to any of them. But, you know, there are some politics and drama kind of behind the scenes. So anyway, coming into this year, I wanted to figure out how to do the basics of Guitar Hunter really well. To do these kind of fun, informal guitar buying and selling with the Dream Guitar Challenge. Which that one's slow because I haven't sold the other one yet. So if you, yeah, I haven't sold the Guild S200 Thunderbird yet. And so I need to find a home for that so I can do another episode of the Dream Guitar Challenge. But then there's also stuff that I'm trying to do. There is some travel coming up. I'm going to be going to Canada and hanging out with Boucher guitars. And so there's some other stuff. Anyway, yeah, this week has been good. I've been at the guitar shop. We unboxed all those amps, and we did that video that went out yesterday. Sorry for patrons, that video didn't get an early release because I realized it was like Thursday night, and I still hadn't gotten a video out. And just in order to give you guys a heads up, and then also get a video out that's not coming out on the same day as a live show, I decided to just like drop it immediately yesterday. So sorry for that. Yeah, and thank you to all of you guys for all of my patrons and supporters, people who've given me super chats. That stuff goes directly, it's amazing. Here's a shift. That stuff has gone back to now I get to just kind of keep it in the guitar space. So now there's a big burden that's taken off of Guitar Hunter to provide entirely for my family. So that's been really great. And I've been very thankful for that I have a little bit of space and margin now. So we're putting that money immediately into some travel. I'm going to go spend some time with Rockbridge guitars. We got stuff with Boucher guitars. I'm going to Bourgeois guitars. Might be going, a lot of B guitars. Might be going out to Breedlove. And I'm going to start continuing to kind of have these little trips where I go and hang out with other guitar builders and guitar lovers. So anyway, yeah. Good afternoon from Mr. Sam. Hey, buddy. From Syracuse. Jordan says, just know the content you're making today is better than yours yesterday. So that's great. And that's always been the goal. And sometimes that's really helpful and sometimes that's really daunting. Is when you, I don't know, there are certain kinds of videos that I've now made several hundred of, and I'm running out of creativity on how to make it better. Where I'm like, oh, I'll talk about it this way, and I'll tell this story, and I'll loop this in, and then I'll do B-roll with sweeping shots, and I'll shoot it at a different frame rate so that it can be slowed down and be smoother, and all that stuff. I guess I'll tack Bedell in there if we're going to see Breedlove. But yeah. Terry says, the more you lean into the used side of things, the better, I think. That is that and the smaller brands that you help learn about. That's where I feel most comfortable is used guitars. That's my biggest passion and love. And I continue to have to kind of work hard to learn what new guitars are coming out. And I have a lot to say. And I think a lot about how many new guitars are being, new guitar, buy it, new features. You're missing out. You have to sell the old one without any infrastructure to help you keep the old stuff and pay attention to the old stuff. So I'll keep ringing that bell till the day I die. That used guitars are great. Let other people take that hit of depreciation, and then you buy something cool. And the trade-off is you're probably not going to get to pick the color, and you're not going to get to pick the condition to an extent. But you will clean up in that way. Christopher, hello from Alabama. Hello. Kevin, love the channel, bro. Thanks, man. I love seeing new names and new faces. Terry says, when I say smaller brands, I mean builders and the folks that build below the big 4 or 5 companies. Yeah. I would put Collings in there. I mean, they're giant, but at the same time, like, they're still, I would call them boutique-y, although they're factory. So, Sonia says, are you going to stop by and see JP while you're in Nova Scotia? Make a video? That would be cool. I would love to. JP and I still have never met in person, and I talked to him. I was in Nashville. He was playing in Murfreesboro, and we just couldn't work out the schedule with family stuff. I had family stuff. It was a Friday night. And my kids have a standing, we do, and I'm committed to it. Like, we have a standing pizza and movie night, and that's where we hang out and wrestle and play and eat pizza and watch a movie and have fun. So, anyway. Yeah, Kramer says, I never could afford my Boucher if I didn't pick it up used. Me too, that's how I got my house in Dalton. I bought one new, and then I lost $2,200 on it. But anyway, when you play a Collings, you don't feel you get something less than anything boutique-y? It depends. No. I still really like Collings, and I don't see them very often, and they feel boutique-y to me. Okay. Rasmus, at the moment I'm doing an internship. What? At Atomovic bases? I haven't heard them. Dude, that's super exciting. Rasmus is a great young builder. Dude, I am super excited for you, man. That's so good. Bill, over on Facebook, says, I sent you my guitars. Okay, I will get them. I'm going to click through the other tab here in a second. And yeah, it's 15 minutes in. We should get to it. Saw new Martins listed for 50% more than just a couple years ago. 50%? New ones have gone up. 28s went up from $28.99. They'd been there for a while to $32.99. So they went up $500 on a $4,000 guitar. Is that 20%? Dare I do math off the top of my head? Rich W, he's here. So good. All right. I'm going to have to... Hang on. let me check out the Thalia. That's the last thing I haven't done yet. I wanted to do just kind of a hangout, how's your mom and them kind of moment. And so this is, I forget who sent me this. Was it Craig sent me this? So this is a Thalia Capo. And to get it out of here, you squeeze. So it is, I mean, they've done so many ads for these. But so they are very similar to a Kaiser Capo in there. Ooh, hey, that's what happened. Okay. This clips in, that clips in there. And so they have different radii for, yeah, so you have this whole pack. And in there are different radiuses for the Capo in here if you want. So you can change around if you would have an electric or anything else. But this is a very heavy Capo. I don't want to guess. It's a couple ounces. I wouldn't guess at the... This is actually, I've only played this one time. Interesting. It pulls a lot more from the center. Sorry, this is kind of hijacking our time together. Oh. It's a little out of tune there. Okay, well, the Thalia Capo, the claim is that it's the perfect... Everyone tells me that it's the perfect Capo. It's heavy. It's a lot of oomph has to go to opening this thing up. But, yeah. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Best Guitar Collection gets a free Capo. I've got at least 2, maybe more. I have so many Capos. For whatever reason, that's like... the thing brands have sent me this year. Every time I go to my mailbox, to my P.O. box, there's like 2 or 3 Capos and some other stuff. So, yeah, I probably can't give this one away. I need to do a couple things with it. Okay. So, Kramer says, by the way, finally got to try those Santa Cruz strings, and honestly, your video was on point. I wasn't too impressed. Yeah, I feel bad. I don't like saying... I don't know. I don't like saying things that aren't. I like finding things I love. That's easy. That's the easiest kinds of reviews when you're like, oh, this is just the best freaking thing ever. And, so, okay, now I have to figure out. They want to watch you put a Capo on the whole collection? What? Sorry. Ernie Ball Paradigms? Somebody told me that those are great. We sell them at the shop. Okay, here's the thing. Here's an idea that I'm going to launch soon with Hometown Music. We're gonna do a taster's sampling, like a guitar string sampler each month. And so I'm thinking, how many sets? Okay, a couple questions. Sorry, we're getting off track. But here's what I want to do. We sell 70 different kinds of strings. That's an exaggeration, but it's a lot. I'm thinking through, like, we have a big standing rack with 2 full walls of guitar strings, acoustic and electric. But even on the acoustic side, there's probably 20 different strings, and then there's different gauges within those. So what I want to do is make a sample so that we can go through, and so once a month you would get mailed a pack of 2 or 3 sets of strings for acoustic or electric guitar, and then with that you would get to try them throughout the month, and then if you like them we would give you a discount code for those strings. And you can also, I want to do like a video call together where you could talk about, hey, what did you think of these strings? What did you think of their tuning stability and how they worked? So would you be interested in that? or would you be interested in that? And what would you pay to be part of that? I'm thinking $40 a month would get you 2 to 3 sets of premium strings, plus the time for me to do. Holy moly. Thank you, Rich. Rich, that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, so anyway, it would be fun because I know that when I try things, there are certain strings that I will never try, and I have never tried. Like DR, never tried any of them. GHS, never tried any of them. John Pierce, yeah, like John Pierce is a sleeper that most people don't know about and is actually wonderful. Nickel bronze are really cool, and so that's where I kind of want to just figure out how to just throw in a couple sets, and we could probably run through, I mean, at least a year of that. So anyway, do you think $40 is fair, and would 3 sets of strings be too much if we did 2 sets of strings? So $40 a month, they get mailed to you at the beginning of the month, and then ideally you'd work out like 2 weeks per set of strings, or like a week and a half per set of strings, and then we would have a call, we just check in calls and see what you think. And we would do this through Hometown Music, but this is one of my thoughts. Yeah, so we'd have to, so some of it is we would be discounting pretty deeply just because of us being the guitar shop, but I mean, it lowers the bar of entry so that people could try things they hadn't tried before. So anyway. Oh, yes. That's the best. Yeah, let's show some support for Jeremy. He's going to use this money towards a nice bottle of bourbon. You hear that? I'll tell my wife. I'm haven't drank much in the last 6 or 7 months, like a couple here and there, but I would love to get some bourbon, so that'd be great. So thank you. What? To be honest, I change strings like twice a year. I ain't got money for that. It's a good idea. Okay, yeah, Rasmus, you might not be in the target audience for I'm hoping that this would be like somebody in their 20s, like college age, 20s, all the way 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. It's hard for people with little kids because kids are expensive. And so, I know for me, I don't have many things that I would do like $40 on. But anyway, let's get into rating and reviewing some guitars. Sorry for like a 25-minute intro. People in the comments, when they watch this later, are going to complain about how long I took to get to the point. And then I have to give my normal response of, "You're not my dad." Dad, is that you? Okay, I'm going to come over here and open. Where did I put it? Okay, we've got 26 responses in here. I'm going to see how this works. Hopefully it doesn't show people's email addresses. So be prepared. I'll do my best. Okay. Staley, thank you. That's the best. He says we aren't complaining. I use DR Pure Blues on my Fender Strats. I'm very happy with them so far. Yeah, I've heard that too, and I've never once tried them. Somebody put on the Black Widows, whatever the GHS black ones are. They put them on a bass, and I just thought they were lame looking, black, gimmicky looking, but I'm sure that they're great. So anyway, all right, let me go over here, and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show this Google form. So this is just people who sent me these. Let me come back over here. Does that work? Which configuration? Let's do, okay, that's the biggest I can get it. So let's go through here. Oh, a lot of emails. Is there a way for me to view? Hang on. I'm going to see if I can. Individual. This is how I want to do it. All right. So this is Mark Robertson. So Mark he's the guy who bought that Telecaster, the 68, 67, 66, whatever year it was, I forget, that Telecaster from Louisiana Guitar Man. So, too many to list. I believe I uploaded my Strat collection. I've got a 57, a 66, and a 76, or 77. I've got a Custom Shop 1960 Journeyman in Sonic Blue. Candy Apple Red MIJ from 92, and a Seafoam Green NJT parts caster, and an American and original neck, hardware, Fat 50s pickups. I also sent over some Beatles guitars, and the 62 Gretsch Tennessean, and a Rick 2005 36012 C63. All right. Did this follow me? Oh, okay. Share this tab instead. Gotta come back. Okay, you can see this. Holy moly. Okay. What, 54 and 57, probably? I lost track of which was which. So this is... Okay, 55, a 66, and a 77. So I'm betting 55. Oh my gosh. All I want in life in electric guitars is a two-tone 54 or 55. Like a two-tone burst with an ash body with a single-ply pick guard and three-way. Oh boy. And a maple neck. Bakelite. Like worn-down Bakelite covers. Oh, that's all I want. I bet this is the 70s. This blonde one. It looks bigger, clunkier. And then here's that 66 probably with the rosewood board. There's that Seafoam. There's the Japanese Sonic Blue. Candy Apple Red. What was the Candy Apple Red again? Dude, this one is great. Now I'm going to go over here to the other collection that he has. And look at this thing. Oh, man. Gretsch and... both of the Gretches, or a Gretsch and a Rick. I like the Rick. The tailpiece is interesting. This collection, I mean, Mark is, I mean, we came out of the gates freaking swinging. Like, this is just the coolest of collections. Mark has become a really good friend over the last stretch, over the last couple of years. He and I met when I was just running around buying and selling guitars in Louisiana, and I kept meeting people who told me to meet him, and then we found each other on Instagram, and we've just been friends for a while, and then we've talked on the phone a bunch, especially since I sold him that Strat, or that Telly, a couple weeks ago. But I think my favorite of all of these is this Gretsch. I think it's so cool. So this whole collection is just unbelievably cool, and for me, like, I don't know how to get better than this. Like, this is like a 9.7 for me. And I know this is not his entire collection, but for what this is, Marky Mark. Unbelievable, man. So, okay, I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to move to response number 2, and I will stop sharing. Hang on. I'll share this tab. This is Z Martin. Whose name is this? Oh, this is Martin Zwemmer. I own a Cort Gold A6, an absolute stunning all-solid guitar with torrefied spruce, mahogany back and sides, a Sheeran by Loudon equals edition, 1 of 3,000 with a custom pickguard. My workhorses are a Taylor 110 and a Greg Bennett guitar. It has the names of the first class I teached as a teacher. It's also my girlfriend's Yamaha in the picture. I'm saving for an OM-shaped guitar with a rosewood as my next guitar. What an absolute great collection. Oh, man. That's beautiful. Everything about this is cool. The Cort is great. Cort also make orangewood. So I have a lot of experience. I have very limited experience with Cort, but I have lots of experience with orangewood, and I've always liked every one that I've had. They play really well. They sound really good. They're a lot like Alvarez, and they have great bass response and are articulate. Yeah, so an OM for sure. This Yamaha, I bet this is a 110 or a 180. I forget what they called this shape, but it's like the 00 size. The Sheeran by Loudon, the equal, is very cool. I like that pickguard a lot. It's very like Taylor, honky-tonk, kind of Gallagher-y. I like it a lot. And the Greg Bennett, or the Samick, is very cool. The 110, I like that shade burst. So this is a really cool collection. You kind of have all of your bases covered. I love the level of nostalgia. This one is, I mean, I get what kind of music you're playing and where you are, and I like it a lot. I would say this one is super cool. This is like an 8.6 for me, and good work. Let me come back over here. That's what it is. I just figured it out. I have multiple tabs open. Hang on. Hopefully this doesn't mess stuff up. I'm going to close this. And I'm back here. Hey! Okay. now I can go back to, did it get weird? I had 2 tabs open. That's why I was trying to figure out why the heck I had 2 of myself. I had 2 videos, but I had 2 tabs open because I just lost track of things. And so, okay, 8.6 on this guy. And I'll come back over here and I'll share this tab. Let me look at the comments real quick. Stay tuned for another Loudon. Yeah, let me jump to yours. Yours is going to be a little... Did you respond in here, Terry? If not, I can pull up my... Let me... Bada bing, bada boom. Look at Terry. Okay. This guitar haunts my dreams, Terry. And Terry knows it. And he'll comment and he'll tag me and he'll say, there's a 12 fret dreadnought that he won't let me buy. And I love this guitar. This is a Santa Cruz. It's kind of a Norman Blakey kind of thing. So a dreadnought, 12 fret. I've played this guitar. I guess it was about a year ago that I stopped by Terry's house in Tennessee while I was on my way to and from, and I played this one. And so that's guitar number 1. Can I do it this way? Nope. Don't want to show you all my emails. Sorry. Whoo! Oh, look at that. That's a postcard that I wrote. So all of my patrons, thank you guys. I tried to write postcards to everybody that I had addresses for. So that's a slot head there. And, oh, here's the other Loudon. This one is excellent. Cedar top. Look at that deep, rich cedar top with that, like, low luster finish. And then the last one, 2A. Yes, there it is. Look at that. So this is, look at those bridge pins. Terry, you fancy. Those are beautiful. So this is a 0015S. Now this is before they did the S, or this is before they did the other version. Oh boy. Oh, sorry. So, okay, you've got the Santa Cruz 12 fret dreadnought. You've got the Loudon, that's a 14 fret, right? The the O, it's not as big as an O. It's hard to tell because it's just on the chair. I know you've told me this before. I'm sorry, my brain's not working while we're sitting here talking. But this is just rosewood pins, the only bling on it. They're beautiful. They're very like red, and I understand that's probably also because of the sunlight coming in. And then Manel, so Terry's a big Manel guy. So yeah, good collection. That slope shoulder. You sent emails, old guy stuff. Got it. Yeah, so that's another Loudon. So I would say for all of these, man, they're all killer. And so Dreadnought 12 fret rosewood back inside, or is it mahogany? Might be mahogany. I can't remember. And then you've got the Martin 0015 mahogany all around, the proper mahogany, not Sapele like the newer ones. And then you've also got the Loudon. I mean, this is like a fingerstyle, folky, thoughtful, melodic guitar collection. I mean, this is, if I were to buy someone's entire collection, like I just want to buy all of your guitars, this would probably be it. Now, keep in mind, it's interesting, there are no Martins in there. But Terry, this is so good. Yeah, this was the model. It's mahogany, and it's the one that was built for Norman Blake. Yeah. So I would say, I mean, with this collection, this has to be, for me, in the 9s. Easy. This is like a 9.2 for sure. The only addition I would add would be, well, no, hey, I'm an idiot. Of course, there is a Martin. There's a 0015. I have to stick to the 9.2 per the bylaws and our last board meeting. But, man, what a great collection, Terry. Thanks for sending this. And excellent. All right, let's come over here to the third submission. This is Ray Brandenburg. Ray says, I was blessed with an uncle who is a wildly talented luthier. My main workhorse gigging guitar is a rosewood dreadnought that he built to Martin specs. My two other favorites are an ebony back and sides, triple O body, and a good old-fashioned Telecaster. An old Teleblaster. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Okay, let's get up here to the headstock. Is that white? Wit A? Probably white. Man, that's cool. 14 fret. It's still round shouldered. Like it's square, but it might just be the distortion of the picture. But looks like there's an LR Bags hiding out in there. I like the rosette. That's a lot. Band of 3, band of 3, band of 5 or 7 here. So that's a lot. I like the pick guard that follows one of the rosettes, not the widest one. I feel like when they get too wide, that's when they look very like, they make your brain think it's a large sound hole, and they look a little like homemade. This looks like a red spruce top. This is a good streaky wide grain top. I like the herringbone. I mean, this is a recipe that lots of people love. So I'm moving some tabs around real quick. Sorry. Let me come over here to the second picture. Oh, there's a Telecaster. And it's like a parts caster too. I like that color. It's like a creamy color, but it's a little more yellow, or at least just in how the camera showed it, which it very well could just be a regular cream color. But it gets pumped up a bit. And then here's your third one. Ryan, look at you. Oh, that's cool. This is the ebony one. That's interesting. It's not quite a double. Look how square the shoulder is. That is very cool, Ryan. This is cool. I love unique guitars. I love small builder guitars. This is a great one for me. This is like 8.6. I would do a blackguard on the Telecaster. That's my only real comment. But man, I love handmade guitars, and it's how cool is it that you have a family member that builds guitars for you. So, all right, number 4, we're going to Lukac. So, Lukac has a 2020 Taylor AD17e, a 2022 Martin D28, and a 52 spec Tele parts caster, a 2007 Fender AVRI Hot Rod Stratomacaster, and look at this collection. Ooh. Oh, man. I like the black Strat. It's super just classic and cool. The Telecaster is like, man, as far as Sunburst Telecasters go, that's very cool. And D28, Humana. And I wish I wouldn't have sold that guitar. But if I didn't sell my AD17 blacktop, I wouldn't have gotten my right Lutherie. And so I'd much rather have that guitar. But man, I love the AD17 and the blacktop. I just think it's excellent. It sounded great. I like your pedal board too. Oh, hey, Morning Glory. So a volume pedal. We have the same pedal board. Well, we have 3 of the same pedals. So that's a Polytune. We have 4 if you count the red remote. So I have the Morning Glory V4 plus the red remote. So do you. I have a volume pedal like that. And then I can't quite tell the other pedals. I see a pedal that I cannot get into, which is the OCD over on the shelf here. But man, this is a good one. You've got a very Taylor sounding guitar and a very Martin sounding guitar. And then you've got full country and then full blues. I feel like you could conquer the world with this setup. So, dude, Nick, I would say this is like, and we didn't even talk about the amp. I would say that this setup is like just a workhorse. Like you could conquer the world with this thing. And so I'm going to say like this is like an 8.6 for me. This is really, really cool. So good work. I'm very excited for you, especially that 28. Holy moly. So, all right, we're going to keep chugging. John, this is Analog Theory, John Zarangi. Sorry, I butchered your name, I'm sure. 1994 Fender Strat, 2003 Standard Les Paul Standard, 2000 Custom 22 from PRS, 06 PRS Custom 22 Artist Pack, Blue Quilted, a whole Brazilian Rosewood fretboard. I'm not reading all of the details just so we can boogie. A 72 Les Paul Custom with a maple fingerboard. Mexican Stratomacaster, Modified Fake Esquire, Emerson Drop and Electronics, Bare Knuckle Pickup, And then Acoustic's a Taylor 12-string, V-class bracing, Collins D1. Oh, currently for sale to fund a Collins D40 or D1. That's a good choice. Yamaha Red Label FGX5 and a Waterloo WL12. Oh boy, I'm going to have to make you an offer on some of these here soon. Oh, look at that. That Waterloo is absolutely great. The Yamaha is excellent. I just played one of these for the first time, an F5, an FG5 today. That was really wonderful. They're kind of pricey. I think you paid $1,500 for it, but it was great. This 12-string is excellent. Let me open your next picture. Oh boy, there's that maple fretboard Les Paul Custom. There's that blue quilt top PRS Custom 22. There's another Custom 22. There's a Les Paul Standard in a Honeyburst or like a... Yeah, that's a great guitar. And then the Strat, that's a fun color, and I like the tortoise pick guard. Words is hard. And then is it a black Esquire? That's the Mexican. That's cool. Black Esquires. That's not a thing you see very often. I can't remember the last time I saw one of those. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now let me get this last picture here. Okay, so it's just another arrangement of these. I'm having a moment with Paul Reed Smiths. I just feel like they are cooler and they don't have as much soul and like vibe as a Les Paul does. But I like Paul Reed Smith more than I like Gibson. And I mean the persons, the people that are involved. This is very cool. It's not my, like I wouldn't, which of these guitars would I buy first? If the price was right, I would swing for the Les Paul or the blue quilt top Custom 22. This is a cool collection. I would say so far this is the one that's probably the least aligned with my own personal preference of guitars. There's no blackguards, there's no 335s, there's no stuff like that. So I would say for me, this one is, I mean, I totally get it. I get why this is such a great collection, but I'm going to give it a fairly low score. Sorry. I'm going to say 7.2 on the, I meant to say 8.2, but then I said 7.2. I didn't mean it. 8.2 was my low score. But I can't take it back, so it has to stick at 7.2. I'm sorry. Rules is rules. Hold on. Wait, the Waterloo. I'm overriding the rules. The Waterloo is the absolute coolest thing in this collection, and I freaking love it, and would you sell it to me? I love those guitars. And so I'm overriding my previous score. I'm putting it back up to an 8.4. 8.4 for this collection. Totally get it. I like all of this. We got so many responses. We got a boogie. Brandon Smith, 2018 Amber Tone, and a 2007 914 Nod Pictures 1951 CF100 EM having restored. What a freaking collection. Holy cow. Man, Amber Tone is the best. This is a perfect modern combo. You could do Americana, country, bluegrass, fingerstyle, and then you could also do praise and worship and bright, shimmery stuff and articulate, arpeggio, studio stuff. This is an excellent duo, and it's so pretty. V-class bracing, the inlays on the Taylor. This one's great. I'm going to say 9.1 on this one. Yeah, 9.1. Probably should have gone higher, but that is excellent. Oh boy, I may have stopped my screen sharing because I closed the screen. But, okay. That's not the only black Esquire we're going to see today. That's exciting. 12 fret alert. Yeah, exactly. PRS is like breedlove for me. It's a player's guitar. That's a good way of saying it. I know. I had my chance with the Waterloo. I owned it. Now, I will say that's why my Showalter, and I made a video on this kind of in the final reveal video of this guitar, and I talk about that guitar plays and sounds a lot like my Waterloo, which was the goal when I knew that we had a big financial crunch coming. And so anyway, that one is there and sounds like that. Oh, the Taylor isn't a V-Class. You can tell by that. Hang on, it was. I'm not crazy. Look. You can see that slanted V-Class bracing. Maybe I'm... What do you mean you can tell by the nut? Explain yourself, Sam. The black nut is visual for V-Class. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, well, what about those braces? Those slanty, squiggly braces. All right, Brandon Smith, killing it. All right, here we go. So Frank has a 1922 Gibson L3 and a 2019 Washburn Heritage D20 SCE. Not pictured is the violin or harmonica set. Ooh, wow. That is an excellent L2. L2? L3. L3. That's excellent. That burst is just beautiful. I like the carved tops on these. These guitars always make me wish I could play a kind of music that works better and sounds better on that kind of guitar. The Washburn is no slouch either. These are good sleepers. People see them and they downplay them and they don't, sell them for enough money, in my opinion. But they're great quality. They sound really good. So that's awesome. All right, and I've got a couple more pictures you sent here. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Hey, is that our boys? Yes, it is. That's a Bluebell strap. Who's this? That's great. Daniel, are you seeing this? That's a Bluebell strap made in Spain. And good friends. This is a great collection. 8.8 for me. And I'm going to share this tab. I keep opening 15 tabs at a time. So, Johnny. This is Giovanni Cuccia. I don't know how to pronounce your name. So, Jeremy, here's my collection. I have a Martin HD16 large sound hole, great guitar. Very much a sleeper. I mean, people have caught on now, but at the time these were coming out in the mid 2000s up to mid teens, you could get them $1,400, $1,600 used. So HD16, similar to a Tony Rice model. And then an E1 SS Limited Eastman that sounds incredible. Addy top, mahogany back and sides. A 0018 or Japanese lawsuit guitar with a cedar top and mahogany back and sides. Interesting. Recording King, a Taylor 114. Greetings from Italy. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching. From Italy. Oh man, this is all great. What a collection. I'm going to go over here to this one. There's the HD16 large sound hole. That's a great guitar. I want to see the Eastman. Oh my goodness. I love this guitar. These are the guitars I'm the most excited about. We have a bunch of Eastmans coming to us, and I'm the most excited about this. So this is an incredible collection. It's also, this would be a very hard collection to gather and to collect in Italy, because a lot of these guitars are mostly sold in the U.S. and they don't usually get out of the U.S. that much. So, man, Giovanni, I would say, man, incredible work. This is a 9.4 for me. This is a very, very, very high score. Just an excellent collection that if I was around, I would want to come by and hang out and meet you and also play all of your guitars. Flat Picker. This is, I don't know who this is. Sorry, I didn't add a name category to this. So I'm trying to avoid showing people's email addresses. So from left to right, my Ovation. Okay, you inherited from your mom. A 2012 0018 Golden Era. Good work. My Pride and My Pride and Joy. My Pride and My Pride and Joy is my 1942 Martin 0018 that my mom received on her 26th birthday. A 2004 Bourgeois Vintage OM, a 2013 Vintage Country Boy D, and a 2019 Bourgeois D150 that I won at the Frankfurt Bluegrass Festival. What an unbelievable collection. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. This is probably my, like, this hits so many of the things that I value in guitars, in guitar collections. It is nuanced and specialized and cool and nostalgic and tied to family, and it shows you as a player. It's, I mean, a deep connection to your mom. One of the things, and I don't want this to be a bummer, it's a sad thing. My mom played guitar, but apparently by the time, within a couple weeks, she said within 6 weeks, she was embarrassed to play around me because she said I was too good, and it's a bummer of a story. I'm sorry. I'll just go through it quickly. So my mom wouldn't play guitar around me. So my brothers have lots of memories of my mom singing and playing guitar with them around the house when I was at work or when I was at school. But she wouldn't do it around me. But there's something to me about, I have certain guitars that my mom played even though I wasn't around, you know? So anyway, that bums me out a bit. But Larry, thanks for sending these in. This is a great collection. Thank you. I'm just going to start blasting. J45, Taylor, Baby Taylor, Nashville Telly, Gretsch, Thing, the can't remember, two Nashville Tellys, bold, and then a 28. Man, I like this collection a lot. This is, I can tell, honky tonk Americana, country, Nashville stuff. This is cool. 8.4 for me on this one. I'm just going to keep blasting. That was Surge. Thanks, Surge. I see these names on Instagram, and it's really fun to kind of see stuff come in from people. So this is Z Hagen. I'm just going to go through. Ooh, a Furk nylon. Beautiful guitar. A Taylor. Okay, I lied. Taylor 324, a Taylor GS Mini mahogany, and a Yamaha FG800. The Furk is a GNC2CW. So there's probably Clara walnut on the back and sides. Cedar and walnut, I would bet. This is a great little collection. Very, like, beautiful, articulate, modern. And I would give this a really... a good score. 8.9 on this one for me. Morgan's here. Morgan. Oh, yeah, I've played two of these guitars in the last little bit. This is a 1970? 74? Well, here, you tell me. I'm sure you tell me over here. 1974 Strat, a 60s road-worn Strat, a Les Paul Jr., and a J180 EC. I literally played this guitar. I played this Gibson J180. It's maple. It's black. It's so cool. It's very similar to the J185 I sold about a year ago. I also sold this Strat, which is... It makes me understand why people made funk in the 70s. It just has this, like, jangly... I mean, just... You play that, you immediately want to play just, like... just fun, choppy, funky stuff. And what a winner. So this is a very cool collection. I think you need a Martin. There's also, I think it's a Little Walter is the amp. Oh no, it's an Alessandro. A brown-faced Princeton clone with a 12-inch speaker. 12-inch speaker is a game changer on an amp like that. Buddy, I think you're doing great. I like this collection. I like the straps. I like all of it. I like the pedal board. I like you. And let's get down to business and talk about the 9.1 that this collection is. I think it's very cool. I know you're not much of an acoustic guy. I would love for you to get like a 0018. No, you need something cooler than that. Maybe like I don't know, a mahogany shapely thing. Find a 200 with rosewood back and sides. Good luck, but that would be an amazing guitar. All right, we're halfway, and time is almost out. So Let me... Oh boy, a lot of pictures on this one. Uh-oh, a Taylor prototype. What is this? Let's read. Okay. This is TCS Custom Woodworks. I have a prototype Taylor Grand Pacific. The top is Lutz Spruce, Tasmanian Blackwood for the back and sides, mahogany neck, ebony bridge, and fingerboard. The other is a custom shop D14 with a Sitka spruce top, mahogany back and sides. There's that Taylor. Ooh, that's beautiful. I like the Grand Pacific shape. I think it's a very pretty guitar. Look at that. That's a great guitar. Yeah, man. I like this a lot. Oh, man. Oh, it doesn't mean this is like a custom shop or like a custom build. So, yeah, that doesn't look like Sitka. That is not Sitka. I would bet my shirt. I'd bet what little bit of hair I have left that this is not Sitka. That's red spruce. This is an unbelievably cool duo. I really enjoy this guitar. And, yeah. Man, this one's going to get a big score. This is like a 9.4. I just think a prototype Taylor is so cool. It's a cool shape. It's a round shoulder. It's so opposite of the Martin that you have. But both have some, like, there's a good Venn diagram between the two of them. I like this a lot. So, yeah, 9.4. So, holy moly. Good job. Share this tab. Yeah. Look at that thing. What a beautiful guitar. So, all right. Great job. Next one. Ooh, another D18. People know what I like. I don't own a D18 currently, and I need to. So, oh, we didn't talk about Lutz. Is sometimes a bit dark. It's a bit like it can be... it depends on how it's braced, but I'm sure Andy would have done you right. Oh, this is, yes, Josh WJ93. Joshua. So Joshua has a D18 custom shop with an Adirondack top and then an N.W. Davis Addy top, East Indian Rosewood back and sides, all hide glue construction. He lives 30 minutes from me, and it's cool having a locally built guitar. I put a Halter pickguard, hell yeah, on it to cover some of the damage. Uh-oh, hold on. Ooh, there's that amber tone. And then, oh wait, maybe this is... Okay, so this must be the Davis with a Halter pickguard. Look at that beautiful pickguard. I wonder what the damage is. We got to keep going. Never mind. There's the Halter. Ooh, that's a beautiful guitar. I like how round it is, you know? Man, what a guitar. So this is a great duo. The Davis, is that what it's called? The Davis reminds me a lot of older bourgeois, bourgeois, like the Country Boy. How round it is. It's not round shouldered, but just a lot. I mean, I get some bourgeois vibes from it. I like this one a lot, man. Really good job. I'm gonna give this one 9.1. Uh-oh, who responded? I've got more. Someone just did the 27th response. So this is, I don't know who this is. I don't want to just show your email. So, okay. 2012 Gibson Hummingbird, 2001 Special Run Sam Ash 48th Street Fender Stratocaster, made in Mexico, HSS, poplar body, maple neck. Let's boogie. Ooh, oh my gosh. That is the guitar that I wanted the most Like that was right up there in my top once. This looks so beautifully similar to Matt Carney's, his guitar. Vladimir? Looks like this is your name. Vladimir Sverdlov. Man, this is a great guitar. So Matt Carney had one of these on his live record, and he played it when he played that record live at the Fillmore. Yeah, I think it's the Fillmore. But man, this is a great guitar. And oh, that's cool. I don't know if you meant to send me that picture. Oh, there it is. That's a cool candy apple, HSS, all white. This is a good duo. Both are diverse, and it's interesting. Both of them look very specific. Like one feels very Sheryl Crow. One feels very... Who's an HSS guy? I don't know. But like, all I can think of is my high school principal in like the dad rock band that he had. He had a candy apple HSS. But both of these, they look very specific, but they're actually super diverse. So you could cover a huge spectrum of music with these. So it's a great duo. I'm going to give this this is a good 8.7 for me. This is a really good one. Brando Shreds says he has a 2009 Les Paul Standard, a gold top, 2008 Gibson Les Paul Standard, Iced Tea, 2017 American Deluxe HH Telly Silver Burst. That's a cool one. 2014 Gibson Midtown Custom, the single most undervalued Gibson of all of them. It's like a $339, but it's a custom, and it's great, and it's wonderful, and you can always find them, like, not always, but for a long time, you could find them like under $1,700. And 2022 Gibson J45. You like Gibsons much? 2021 CME exclusive Gibson SG Standard in olive drab. That's cool. It's a standard 61, so that big boat paddle headstock. And then 2014 Guitar Center exclusive Gibson SG Standard 61 in a desert burst. All right, Brando, let's do this. Gold top, rad. Ice T-burst, awesome. The HH, it's not even the wide span. These are just, or the wide range. These are just humbuckers. Midtown Custom is awesome. The black is a great finish on this. Wait, Brandon. Hang on. This is Brandon here in Harrisonburg. I know Brandon Williams. Brandon! How was Nashville? They just played at the Wild Horse Saloon last night. And, yeah, he played this Midtown. We talked about this. It's a great guitar. And, yeah. And then, so here we go. There's a J45, which is kind of the chef's kiss. For electric guitar players that occasionally buy acoustic guitars, most of them wind up with a J45, which is the right call. Too many of them end up with, like, Takaminis or whatever. I now work at a guitar shop, and I can't say the things that I sell that I would make fun of that I used to. No, I'll say it. The PRS, like a Parlor, like a P20, it's fine, but it's an insufficient choice if you love guitars. If you love guitars, you need to either get a 45 or a D18, or a Hummingbird. Hummingbird's a cheesy electric guitar guy choice. And then these two SGs. SGs always feel too close to me, too far over to the left. So I would say of these guitars, you have two that I love, the Midtown Custom and the J45 and the Gold Top. So there's three that I really like. SGs aren't my thing. Humbucker Tellys aren't my thing. Brandon, I love you. But I'm not going to give you, it's not a monster score, but I'm going to give it this is an 8.4 to me. This is a really strong, some real basics are covered, but I would say you need a Telecaster with a bridge, with a straight up Tele bridge pickup. You need some twang, some bite, and maybe a Strat. Think about it, feel it out. Think about a P90 guitar. This is a good one. No, 28. Someone else responded. Jansen. This is my boy. My son. It's not even cool, man. This is number one. If I could buy one single guitar, not even one kind of guitar, one era of guitar, one brand of guitar, but Jansen, this guitar in itself is the guitar that I want to own. And I've asked to buy it from him many times, and it hasn't worked out. I'm going to have to save up a bunch of money because I want this guitar. I love, this is, a 55? Destroy my country western with the neck shaved down and oversprayed. A rosewood bridge plate. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll pay half of what I've tentatively offered. So this is a country western. The neck has been shaved down because he's had big old boy necks. And so someone shaved it down, which is a dangerous and dumb thing to do on a Gibson for a bunch of reasons. The biggest one, the way the Gibsons put their truss rods into their guitars is that they come through the front of the headstock and they have a thin back of the neck. And so you get to where you have these 2 points that are really thin between the corners of the truss rod pocket and then the back of the contour on the headstock. They don't have a volute like Martin, so they don't have any extra meat on there. And so then, especially when you come in and you shape down that neck, all of a sudden you're getting to where those 2 points and this are coming so close together that you could just fold that headstock right off. So it makes it a precarious guitar to own. Now, the other thing is that it's oversprayed, which oversprays where they add clear nitro or clear lacquer on over usually an already checked up finish. And so with this, man, it makes it, you're adding a lot of mass, you're changing the guitar's ability to move and shake. You're not adding that much protection and you're kind of sealing in. It's kind of like doing a clear coat over patina. Maybe it's cool, but if the top is too shiny, then it's strange. And so, yeah, as we look at this, like it's a real shiny guitar. I still love it. Still want to own it. And the tuners haven't been swapped, but I would have hoped it would have had like the oval cloisons, like the round cloisons. Now the last thing is that this has a rosewood bridge plate that has been added on top of a maple bridge plate. So that is, on the inside of the guitar, there's a maple bridge plate that meets on the top in between the X braces, and it's where your strings then come through and the ball ends of your string sit against a hard piece of wood that then transfers all of that energy into the top of the guitar. This has had a piece of rosewood glued on top of that. Poor why? Poor why would you do this? And I don't understand it. And it certainly is going to make the guitar a little more thumpy, a little more muddy. Rosewood is a great tone wood. It is not a good wood for the bridge plate. You need something really dense, really hard. So maple, Osage orange, ebony. Ebony is very rare, but I'm just trying to think in that same space. Usually it's maple, or for Showalter guitars, it's an Osage orange. But Jansen, I love this guitar and I want you to sell it to me, and this guitar is a 9.8 for me because I just absolutely love it. This is the guitar I want to own. Please make that happen. I love you. Don't be like this. Ethan Watson with a 0018. What a guitar. Look at this thing. Hold on. That's not a 0018. Oh, there's a 0018. Here we go. That's beautiful. Cute little guy. I owned a 61. D 0018. I bought it right before I got married. And I bought it. I shouldn't tell the story. Don't tell my wife I told the story. But I got this guitar. And I think I got it for $2,500. This is in 2012 or so. So I bought this guitar and I got it. It was okay. It sounded great, but I just couldn't. I mean, like, I think I was making like $7,000 a year or something, working part-time while I was in school. And so there was no reason, no possible way that I could justify having that much money in a guitar. And so I sold it. And then I'm laying in bed and I'm just like, my wife is like, why are you so happy? I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of my money. And she was like, what do you mean your money? And she's like, we're married. I was like, yeah, but I bought that guitar and I could not understand what I was wrong about on this. I now, older, wiser, dumber, made many more mistakes like this. she was like, that's not your money. Like, it's our money. And so we have lots of things to spend money on. And I was like, none of them are exciting. Like, I don't want to buy a car with money from the guitar. I don't want to pay rent with it. I don't want to buy groceries with it. And eventually we met with some friends, and they laughed at me and said I'm an idiot. And they told me that once you get married, all money is there is no my money anymore. And so that's where I really started formulating that if I'm going to buy and sell guitars, it has to be good first for my marriage, and then it has to be good for my family, then it has to be good for our financial goals, and then as long as I can do it in a way that it continues to make money, then that's how it's worked. So that's how I've done it the whole time, however long I've been married. Long time. But this is 0018, and that's a J45. Both are great. Yeah, I like this a lot. Ethan Watson, Caitlin Watson. It's a picture of your living room. Sorry to blast that on the internet. And I'll come back over here, and I'll just accidentally show your email address. So Ethan Watson, 0018 and the J45. This is a perfect duo. This is a 9.0, 9 even, rookie score. Okay, I'm going to do like 3 more. I don't know how much more of this. Like, oh, good Lord. Kevin P. Larson with, I'm going to come back over here and read it. An Atkin J43, freaking excellent. A Martin 008 or 0028 Modern Deluxe, wonderful. And a Martin Custom Shop 0015 SM, Hamana. What an excellent trio. This is a good... Okay, you've got a short scale, jangly thing, a Gibson-y thing. You've got a short scale because it's a 000. These are all 3 short scale. Martin-y, Rosewood-y thing. Then you've got a warm, folky, mahogany, fingerstyle-y thing. This is excellent. This is a good trio. You lean into the shorter scale. You learn into the more slinky strings. You got the mahogany, rosewood, mahogany. This is a good collection. My only critique is how Atkin does their sunbursts. I don't love it. It's more Gibson, or it's more Guild style, where it like follows the whole edge instead of being more circular, the way that Gibson has traditionally done sunbursts. That's my only thing. That they do everything they do such nerdy things exactly the same as Gibson does them, and then the finishes, just the bursts aren't the same. So anyway, I really like this collection, and I'd like to come to your house and play these and be friends, and watch your dogs when you guys are out of town and play your guitars. That'd be cool, right? I could do that. This one's monstrous. I like it. Don't see any pickups on anything. Not saying there aren't, but I just don't see any preamps in the sound holes. And these are great. So I would go, Mr. Kevin P. Larson, I would give this 9.1. Excellent. Excellent. I need to step up my guitar game like this. All right. Number 20, Matthew Yeager. Ooh, a Gallagher. What is this? What are you? Is that a G70 of some variety? 1993 Gallagher 72 special. Long story short, this guitar was being built the first time I ever got on tour with a Gallagher shop in Wartrace, Tennessee, and met Mr. Don for the first time when I was 7 years old. Bought it at Carter's Vintage Guitars a few years ago, not knowing that it was being built on that first trip. That knowledge came after I got the guitar home. How cool is that? That's really exciting. I like that. Gallagher guitars are good. I was working with them for a while. It didn't work out. I wish it did. They make great guitars. And Ben Padgett is there, who is excellent. This one's really fun, and it's been really cool kind of hearing some of the story. What do they call that headstock? That's the Bluebell, or the Floral Pot, something like that. I like these. They're definitely sleepers. They were the first boutique guitar. Anyway, very cool. 8.3 for me. Samuel Chung with a Nash T72 DLX and a Breedlove Oregon Concertina. Let me know that my heater just turned on. Let me know if that's too loud for you guys. And a Breedlove Oregon Concertina in all myrtle wood. Cool. I like the mocha. I like the wear. It's more realistic. My biggest concern is that a lot of times when people get these heavy relics, you're like, what? Like, if it's a real guitar, you would just think, what derelict idiot owned this guitar that never put it in a case and never took care of it? But if it's a relic, we're like, oh, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's so authentic. So, dude, the myrtle wood is great. The concertina is a great size. Yeah, Breedlove has now officially moved to where they don't do any other shapes of anyone else. They don't do a dreadnought. They don't do a triple O. Gone is the Cascade series. Or maybe they still have the Cascade bracing, but they don't have like the triple O slot head, the traditional stuff. They're kind of really leaning into... Oh boy, I'm a Breedlove dealer. I should know this. The concertina, the concerto, the concerto, and there's a fourth one. I can't remember off the top of my head. Samuel, this is very cool. Let me give it 8.3. All right, next one is Dan Thiemann. 2018 PRS S2 Standard 22 Satin Black with the tortoiseshell guard. Replaced the pickups with Lambertones Cremas. And a 1986 MIJ 62 Telly. Replaced the wiring harness with a 50s mod. Replaced the pick guards with the Fender Twisted Telly set. And then a 1993 MIJ Squire Strat. Replaced the wiring pickups with the Genesis Big Dipper clones. Ooh, I like that. We have a couple S2s that we're kind of dreaming about ordering at Hometown. Oh man, the Telly is excellent. I'd swap it to a mint guard. Is this parchment or is it just, maybe it's how the lighting is. But like I think candy apple red and like a mint guard. No one's ready. And there's that Squire. That's a good one. I like it. This is a fun trio. I was super late to the game on PRS, especially the S2s. And I like those a lot. I like the finish. I like that doesn't have the pore fill. So I'm going to give that Telly's so cool. Give this one like an 8.8. Very cool collection. So, all right. I'm going to stop sharing and come back over here. And, man, my voice is going to give out. I've just been talking. And, wait a second. You sent your Henderson collection photos. All right, let me skip through here. Rich is here. I have to do Rich as well. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. I'll rally. Daniel, thank you, buddy. Thanks, everybody, for the super chats. It means a ton, and it really helps. I've tried with those guys. Could you get a Spark endorsement and do a review? I've tried. I reached out. I did talk to Ovation this week, and I'm going to try and line up a deal so I can, I'm going to try and work out what I can do. So, anyway. Okay. Raymond! Chewbacca himself. Okay, I'll keep going. I'll rally. I just have to finish my tea. And I'm going to have no voice when this is done. Okay, let me share my screen again. All right, here is Mr. Rich W. So Rich made my favorite Telecaster I've ever owned in my entire life. I'll show you here in a second. Well, you've seen it a bunch, and it's in a bunch of videos. It's in I reviewed the Tone Master Princeton Reverb this week. That'll be out here soon. That'll be out for patrons this weekend, and then it'll go out probably Monday or Tuesday. So, Rich's collection, and he says, my guitar room, per yesterday's post, was a 1950s Gibson Les Paul Honeyburst, an Eastman T486, a 335, an Eastman AC 33012, double bound Esquire, Gibson Hummingbird, Martin 0028, Collings D1H, a Bourgeois Touchstone Dreadnought, that one was mine, and then a Rav G 65 Strat replica, a Rav G, Rich Allen Vintage Guitars 65 Strat replica, and then a Rich Allen 64 Silver Sparkle double bound. That's the coolest freaking guitar. I want a sparkly. I think I want a Buck Owens. Like, it's just so impossibly cool. Yeah, I love those guitars. So, here we go. So there's the Les Paul, there's the Eastman, there's the Hummingbird, there's the 0018. There's a lot of like distortion just because this is a wide shot, so the guitar looks funky and weird. But that's Silver Sparkle! And so here's the big one. Like, these two are freaking monstrous guitars. So the Bourgeois Touchstone, and then also the Collings D1, 1D, D1? D1H. There we go. What an excellent dude. Rich, you and I have such similar taste in in guitars, particularly like dreads and tellies. I mean, this is just an absolutely excellent collection. I mean, this is basically perfect. The only thing I would add would be like an acoustic guitar that's like a 12 fret. Something folky fingerstyle-y, but that's not your style. But for me, man, I would be totally at home with this collection. I could assume your life and need to buy no other guitars. That's a weird sentence. Future's weird, man. But I'm going to give this one like a 9.7, which is basically like, I don't know where to go from here. It is just such a great collection. So, okay. All right, I'm going to keep going. That's 23. 24, Patty Paystub. How could I skip you guys? I'm sorry. I won't do that to you. So, Patty Paystub. Ooh, another Gibson, another Martin, two Martins. There it is. Okay. HD28 0015 SM Hummingbird as a singer-songwriter, a solo singer, strummer. I use my HD28 for my main guitar because I find it easier to hear in loud venues. That makes sense. I use my 0015 SM for fingerstyle and my Hummingbird for private shows when I get to change things up a bit. Is that the right call? In your opinion, should I be using them differently? Patty Paystub. Man, I love that collection. I totally get an HD28 is such a loud and present guitar that it would work great. A 0015 SM in a big room can get, it's just muddy. Not muddy in itself, but it just doesn't have enough clarity. It blends in with that, like, just the sound of people talking and being in a bar and so I totally get that. And then the private show, the Hummingbird for private shows. Yeah, because it's not a guitar that you could take to a bar because it's so pretty that if anything happens to it, I get that. I would do the same thing you're doing. This is an excellent collection. I'm easily going to give this one a 9.4. Like, this is excellent. Patty, great taste. Okay. So many tabs open. I've probably opened 50 tabs. Lewis! Lewis has a Henderson D18 Magnum Red Spruce over Honduran Mahogany, a Henderson D28 Adirondack Red Spruce over Brazilian, a D28 CW, number 387, and then a Martin 1937 Authentic Inspired D18. Lewis. I don't see any pictures. You sent me these. Maybe you sent me these through Facebook. I don't know if I'll be able to get them quickly. There's Surge. Bill, I'm sorry I don't see these quickly. Okay, I'm sorry. But, guys, these are freaking unbelievable. I mean, it's tacky for me to add up how much these guitars are worth. But these are absolutely world-class. There is none better. There are probably not any more expensive than these. Especially owning two... Yeah, owning two Hendersons. 60, 70 grand? 70, 80 grand? I don't know. But very, very, very nice, beautiful, expensive, wonderful. So I would say, I mean, with this, I mean, what could you ever want other than these? Maybe something that's not a dreadnought, something smaller, but that's a total preferential thing. But this is like, it does not get any better. 9.6. All right, 26. Rasmus! This is Mr. Rasmus himself. All right. Rasmus. Not mine, just the company I'm doing my internship at. Let me know. What's your Instagram handle? You know. Holy cow. Look at that thing. Is that a Chaos pad? So how many pickups are underneath there? That's amazing. 6-string bass. When did you start this? You didn't tell me this. Oh, a PNG. Ooh. Man, these are cool. Oh, this one's my favorite so far. That's so cool. I like the block in. I'm a sucker for block inlays. All I want in life is a guitar with block inlays. Rasmus. Rasmus is about to change the world with the guitars that he's building. Dude, I'm so glad you're doing this. These are super modern, not my style. I'm not a bass guy, but I like the style and vibe of these. I like how they don't feel like they're stuck. Bass has done such a better job of getting moved into reality, moved away from, or moved into modernity. Not stuck at 1967, you know. So, Rasmus, amazing. Good work. I'm going to give this one 8.2, just because I'm not a bass guy. Sorry. Love you. All right. Alexander, petite guitar. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sent from payphone. What? It's just a text file that says sent from a payphone. So, anyway, well, that didn't work. Isn't that? Yeah, those funk guitars. All right, 3 more. All right. Holy cannoli. Look at that. That's a bright white top. There's no aging toner on that Boucher. I like their bridges. That's the thing I was the most impressed by. Like when my first impressions of Boucher guitars was how incredible just the shaping and sculpting of their bridges is. They're like domed and radiused, and they have these like beautiful kind of like curves around this outside bevel around the bridge. It's not a bevel, but that contour. And then they have this little, it is a bevel, these little beautiful bevels inside each of the string holes. Okay. So there's a Boucher, an SG52M. Ooh, and then a Ferk. Okay, there's the back of that. And then here's a fork. A fork. There's a blue, right? It's a blue Master's Choice. Cedar and mahogany? Is that what the back is? Hang on. That's a different Ferk. That's the yellow plus. Okay. I'm gonna keep clicking through here. Yeah, it must be that this one must be a mahogany back and sides. CM would be cedar mahogany. Okay, and that's the Ferk. That's the blue. That's the mahogany back. So this is Corey McCormick. It doesn't tell me, sometimes it doesn't tell me people's names, or they didn't put in their Instagram handle. And so it just tells me their name once I look at the pictures. So, this is awesome. Super bluegrassy boutique guitar, and then 2 really thoughtful European fingerstyle guitars. I'm into it. I like it. This is an 8.9 for me. Very cool. Good job. Number 29. This is Christopher St. Croix. And... Ooh, yes! Shreddy stuff! I never see shreddy stuff. I love it, and I don't know much about any of these. There's a Petrucci, an 8-string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a 7th string. And then, is that like a... Oh, it's a Washburn. And then there's a Jackson, a Dinky. Then there's another... It's not a Petrucci, or is it? It's got a first inlay. Let me look. Yeah, I'm sure he told me all of these. So, an EBM 2022, a JP15 6-string, and then an Ernie Ball Music Man Majesty 7-string. Then there's a Blue Honu. Then there's a Ken Smith BT Custom 6, a Jackson SL7 Jeff Loomis, an 88 ESP Horizon, a Washburn Parallax Solo 7-string. Dude, this is cool. This is totally unlike what I normally see in the guitar world. And these are awesome. I like these a lot. Now, I am trying to rekindle my like metal chops and to get back into it. This is very cool. I have a in the back here, I have a pink Jackson Dinky that I'm borrowing from Steven at the shop. So, all right, number 30. This is our last one. We did it. Only an hour and 40 minutes. Leftcaster. Yeah, Leftcaster is the name. Rick somebody. An E.J. Henderson. Amazing. E.J. Henderson OM, all mahogany. And E.J. Let's do some pictures. E.J. Henderson. Okay, there's a Bourgeois. Ooh, it's focused back behind. But there's an E.J. Hang on, those are 2 Boucher or Bourgeois. Okay, there's a Henderson. So E.J. Henderson is her dad is Wayne Henderson. So that's why her headstock is the same and it says Henderson. It's a very similar logo. Then here are 2 more. Oh, there's 2 more Hendersons. No, what's this one on the left? E.J. Henderson slope shoulder. Yeah, it is. It's a D. It's a 12 fret with oak back and sides. A Bourgeois vintage D. That's what I thought. And then a Bourgeois hog top D. This last one. And then a Textone Lone Star Maple Top. Hanwan PAFs, Textone Twang King, Maple Top, and a crack, and back, Swamp Ash Body, Mahogany Neck. Man, this is an incredible collection. Man, this is the most unique and cool. There's a lot of Hendersons, and yeah, I don't know how you get much cooler than this, especially the 2 Bourgeois in there. This is a very intense and comprehensive collection that could do all kinds of things. I think my favorite is the E.J. Henderson. That's all mahogany. That's absolutely excellent. So I would say for that one, I mean, this is like a 9.3 for me. A great collection. And who did it? Who snuck in? Oh, Alex. Okay, here's the picture. Did you send your last one from a payphone? Okay, let me share this. Oh, Daniel, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll get yours in 1 second. Okay. So here is Alex Petite guitar. It's a Gruen HD28, Gruen Special HD28 Adirondack with Adirondack bracing, a 96 American Standard Telly with Fralins, and a 2012 Gibson 335. Great guitar. Block 335, cool Telly. Dude, this is another collection you could conquer the world with. This one is like a 9.4. So easy for me. Just a great trio. All right, I've got to open my Gmail for Daniel. Okay, here's Bill's. We'll go back to the Hendersons real quick. So here's Bill's collection. Holy moly, that's the sinker. That's the Grun custom sinker. And then there's the custom. Okay, that's the custom shop. And then here are the Hendersons. Holy cow! Look at those. Are they on a bed? That's weird. There's one on the front porch. There's that. That's the Clarence White. There's another Henderson. Dude, those are amazing. What did I give those? 9.7? Something like that. Sorry, everybody's seeing. The nut width on my House and Dalton, the OOSP or the TDM? Can't talk about the TDM. I've tried sending this. What? You tried sending it to me like 10 times? Okay. Oh, there we go. Daniel. Okay. Are you guys seeing this? You need to come over and make sure. Okay. Jazzmaster. Oh my gosh, you've shown me this one. This is a custom shop telly. I love that. I can't see all of these. I'm sorry, I can't see the descriptions at the same time. Ooh, a power attenuator, a faded Les Paul. I've seen that guitar. I know that guitar. Oh, yes, the Collings mandolin, your Tater Bud, another mandolin. Oh, this is the one. Daniel, this is the thing that you sent me on one of these review videos like 2 years ago, and then you and I texted afterwards, and we became friends because of this ukulele. This is the Israel, his ukulele. Another ukulele. Sorry, I've got to blast through these. I'm supposed to go back to the shop after this. Oh, look at that. Oh, Leisure Dan with classical. Oh my gosh, Daniel, can we find another deal? I want this one. 12-string Taylor, there's your D41. Ooh, excellent. And then there's it's a custom shop from Carter. It's an LOO. And your pedal board, Small Stone, that's one of my favorite pedals. Is that a Milkman? No, what do they call that? The milk carton? What do they call that? It's not a custom shop, but it's an LOO. Okay. The 00 that I have on my site, I think it's wider than an inch. And oh, I can't. Oh, it's way down on the bottom. I can't get it out right now. Yeah, that's the Milkman. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, guys, I'm exhausted. My voice hurts. I'm worn out. This has been super fun. An hour and 40 minutes of doing the live show. So, thanks for everything. Engine 3/4. Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah. It's an excellent guitar, and I can give you a good deal if you're interested. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Jeremy, and you know that. If you're into this point, you're into the deep. You know who I am and what I think about things. And, yeah. Somebody keep the dream alive. Buy this from me, so I can move on to the next phase of the Dream Guitar Challenge. I got some fun stuff lined up. I just need to sell that one. And rules is rules. You know, I want to stick to one guitar at a time. And, yeah. So, anyway. Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's cool that there are multiple Henderson owners in here. Did anyone keep a scorecard? I didn't. I think you scored very high. You're probably 1 or 2. What was the score? Oh, the score on yours. Daniel, yours is so comprehensive. Like, you cover every possible kind of music, including classicals and mandolins. Like, there is no... Daniel, you are unrivaled in the total spectrum of what you can cover musically. No one comes close on that. Your collection, that custom shop telly, that LOO, that D41, I mean, you and I have such similar and so much overlap in our taste that, man, I have to give yours, like, such a strong score. Like, I have to say, like, a 9.6? It's just unbelievable to me. Like, when I think about, like, which would I want to play first, and they're all like, oh, I want to play that Collings mandolin first. Like, that's the most exciting to me. Oh, no, well, that LOO is so great. Oh, the D41, I've played that one, and I want to play that one again, and I want that Casino. So, Daniel, yours is unbelievable. Good job. I think 9.8. Yeah, I think, Terry, you were a 9.8. I'm sorry, I didn't actually keep score. I can go back and watch this, or I can have my assistant go through and make an all-time score. So, anyway, I got to run back to the shop and then go make pizza with my family because it's a Friday. Hope you feel loved, validated, taken care of, thought of, respected, and yeah, I'm really thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you for sending these. It's super fun. And yeah, I'm very, very thankful for all of you. And have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Make sure you hit a thumbs up and make sure you subscribed. And go check out some merch if you're interested in that stuff. I also have a bunch of guitars for sale. And bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you later.